Namaste, Kamla ji. Great. So today's is the third session on Ask the Alchemist. I think people are still joining. So हम लोग क्या करेंगे, और आज का जो लैंग्वेज है हिंदी और इंग्लिश है, तो हिंदी और इंग्लिश में मैं बोलता जाऊंगा। ठीक है, शुरू करते हैं 3 बार ओमकार के उच्चारण के साथ। सो मैं रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू जस्ट सिट कंफर्टेबली, keep your back and neck erect and gently close your eyes. Take your deep breathings, breathe in deeply and breathe out completely. Relax your body, relax your mind. And just allow yourself to go to deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper relaxed state. As you're relaxing more and more, just see that your complete body is relaxed. And in this beautiful relaxed state, we'll chant 3 rounds of Omkara. Inhale deeply, inhale. Om. एक बार फिर से गहरी सांस लीजिए। One more time, inhale. Relax. Relax and feel the beautiful resonance of Omkara throughout your body for a while. Slowly join your hands, rub your palms. Keep your palms on your eyes. Gently give a facial massage, neck massage. Slowly open your eyes, looking at your palms. All right. Great. So बहुत से लोग जुड़ चुके हैं और बहुत से लोग अभी तक जुड़ रहे हैं, लेकिन हम ज्यादा इंतजार नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि ये सेशन ही 1 घंटे का है. इट इज जस्ट 1 hour सेशन एंड लेट अस नॉट वेस्ट द टाइम. सो विल जस्ट स्टार्ट. ठीक है, तो एज आई टोल्ड यू टुडे आई स्पीक इन हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश. बिफोर दैट लेट मी म्यूट ऑल ऑफ यू सो दैट बाद में अगर कोई ज्वाइन होता है तो वो हमें डिस्टर्ब नहीं करेगा. ओके, सो नाउ इफ यू हैव एनीथिंग टू से you can just put that in the chat box and I can listen to it. Okay. Chaliye. So as usual, most of you know, those who are joining me for regular this session, this Ask the Alchemist session, where I take few common questions which are asked by people to me in general when they meet me, or through WhatsApp, or sometimes through the chat box during the session also. So I answer some of the questions as per my best knowledge. मैंने जो ज्ञान अर्जित किया है स्वयं की साधना से, गुरुओं से, ध्यान से, उसको मैं शेयर करने की कोशिश करता हूँ. ठीक है, और आखिर में हम एक ध्यान करते हैं एंड दैट मेडिटेशन इज टेकन फ्रॉम विज्ञान भैरव तंत्र. ठीक है, विज्ञान भैरव तंत्र इज वन ऑफ द ब्यूटीफुल and very old text which has 112 ways to attain the moksha or nirvana or enlightenment or the truth, what we call, and very small techniques are given in that. If we can just catch hold of that technique properly, just by that small technique we can reach to the ultimate reality of this human life. तो उससे रिलेटेड या उससे लिया हुआ एक ध्यान हम करते हैं, उसके बारे में मैं ज्यादा चर्चा नहीं करता हूँ. डायरेक्टली वी यूज द टेक्निक फ्रॉम विज्ञान भैरव तंत्र। ऑलराइट, सो एक प्रश्न आज जो मेरे सामने है वो है हीलिंग से रिलेटेड। You know, I've been doing healing and this is very relevant for today because this weekend we have a Reiki workshop, Reiki level 1 and 2. So healing से related एक सवाल है और this question many people have been asking me from long time. The question is, do we, when we do the healing, do we take others' karma, you know, or is healing a kind of meddling with other person's energy? And there is a great master from South. He always say that you're not supposed to heal anybody. Anyway, with all the due respect to all the masters, before I answer this question, I want to know from you, how many of you have this question? Those who are into healing field or those who have learned healing, do you think that, or do you have this question that, you know, if we do healing for others, जब हम दूसरों की हीलिंग करते हैं तो क्या उनके कर्म हम ले लेते हैं? कितने लोगों के मन में ये सवाल है? आप मुझे बताइए, जो हीलिंग कर रहे हैं, जो रेगुलरली हीलिंग कर रहे हैं, या जो हीलिंग सीखना चाहते हैं, जिन्होंने रेकी के बारे में, हिप्नोथेरेपी के बारे में, यू नो, ऑल द अदर हीलिंग मॉडलिटीज जितनी भी आपने सीखी है, कितने लोगों को ये सवाल है कि क्या हम दूसरों की जब हीलिंग करते हैं तो क्या उनके कर्म हम ले लेते हैं? यू कैन जस्ट पुट योर कमेंट्स इन द चैट बॉक्स। ओके, दीपमाला जैन बोलती है नो। ठीक है, I have this question. Okay, Kamla ji has this question. Fine. And I'm sure most of those, you know, who are into the healing field or those who are doing the healing, once in a while we get this question, you know, ki whether by healing others, do we take others' karmas, or is it that we are disturbing other person's energy? Yes, Asha is saying that we are not taking others' karma. And yes. So the question is, when we do the healing, जब हम healing करते हैं तो क्या हम उस व्यक्ति के कर्म हम खुद ले लेते हैं, या is this healing a kind of meddling with the other person's energy? And I, being a healer, being a therapist, being a mentor, teacher of healing, a grandmaster of Reiki, have been healing from past more than 12 years, and I have taken more than 3,000 one-on-one sessions. I have healed many people across the globe, I can say now, and I can authoritatively say that healing is not at all meddling with the other person's energy. By doing healing, we are not taking anybody's karma at all. Healing करके, और and I'll give you the you know, a proper answer for this. Don't worry. हीलिंग करने से हम दूसरों के कर्म नहीं लेते हैं, नहीं हीलिंग करने से हम दूसरों की एनर्जी को डिस्टर्बेंस कर रहे हैं। जो लोग ये बात बोलते हैं, मुझे नहीं पता कि उनको हीलिंग के बारे में कुछ भी पता है या नहीं। I really do not know the person who says that you are not supposed to do healing for others. It is my opinion, or it is my understanding that that person does not have the in-depth knowledge of healing science. Because to understand this question, or to understand that we are not, you know, meddling with the other person's energy, we need to understand what is healing first. So the first point, we need to understand what is healing. Say, for example, you have some problem in your neck. You come to me and I teach you some head exercise, you know, up and down, and that heals your neck pain. Now I am teaching you just a yoga exercise, a simple yoga exercise, which is healing your neck pain. That is a healing. Do you think the person who is teaching you yoga is doing something wrong? If you come to me with any problem, and if I teach you some kind of, you know, pranayama, some kind of meditation, or anything else, what does it going to do in your life? It is going to heal your problem ultimately, right? Right or wrong? ठीक है ना? जो भी मैं आपको सिखाऊंगा, चाहे वो योग हो, चाहे वो प्राणायाम हो, चाहे वो मेडिटेशन हो, उससे आपके लाइफ में कुछ बेहतरी ही आएगी. योर लाइफ इज गोइंग टू बिकम लिटिल ईज, लिटिल सोलेस यू आर गोइंग टू गेट. यू आर गोइंग टू गेट हील्ड बाय प्रैक्टिसिंग दैट. That means if I am teaching you yoga, if I am teaching you pranayama, if I am teaching you meditation or any other thing like that, it is a kind of it is a kind of healing. The only difference that I'm not using the word healing there. Even the simple counseling what we do is a kind of healing, right? And counseling can be done by a friend, by mentor, by parents, by guru, anybody. And if I am doing, say for example, if you are disturbed, mentally disturbed by something in your life, you come to me and I do your counseling. I make you understand that this problem is nothing. You can relax like this, you can relax like that, and this. And if it gives you little solace, if it is making you little easier, right, from disease, it is taking you towards the ease of your life, that is healing. The simple counseling is also a part of healing, right? So what is the definition of healing? The simple definition of healing is you are helping other person to send that problem, whatever that person has. It has come from somewhere, it has some root, it has some source, and helping a person to send that problem back to its source is healing. एक व्यक्ति आपके पास आता है, उसको कुछ प्रॉब्लम है और वो प्रॉब्लम कहीं ना कहीं से आई है, चाहे उसके पास से हो, चाहे उसके कर्मा से हो, चाहे कहीं से भी हो. उस प्रॉब्लम को वापस उसके सोर्स तक पहुंचाने की जो प्रक्रिया हम करते हैं, जो सिखाते हैं उसको, या जो बताते हैं उसको, जो गाइड करते हैं उसको, वो हीलिंग है. इन दैट सेंस all the yoga, pranayama, meditation, all the spiritual techniques, spiritual practices, whatever you are doing, they are all part of the healing. The only difference is there we are not using the word healing, but the work it does is the same. It does the work of healing. Therefore, whatever a master teaches, even that master who says that healing is wrong, he is also teaching some techniques to the people, and those techniques are also making the people's life little easier, right? Otherwise, nobody will come and learn. If I teach you some meditation which is going to create a hell in your life, will you come and learn that meditation technique? You'll never. So whatever we are teaching, any master or any guru teaching, it is bringing a sign of some kind of ease in their life, and bringing ease in their life is a kind of healing. Right? So healing, all these things are healing. The first thing. Second, when you come to healing, learning healing, we clearly, and very first and basic principle of healing is you're not meddling with the other person's energy at all. You're not supposed to meddle with the other person's energy. We are not doing that. In healing, we call the healer as a channel. We are not healers, because outside world, those who do not know what is channel, we tell that we are the healer. But in healing, when you learn the healing, the very first principle we teach you is we are not the healers. We are the channels to that energy, the divine energy, which wants to work through us. Therefore, we are not giving our energy at all. Neither we are taking anybody's energy at all in the healing. How this happens? People come to me from various parts of the world. In fact, not only the India, but various parts of the world, people come to me. And most of the people, I do not know them, they do not know me. They just get some connection from somewhere. Somebody, tells about me something, and that person, search about me on the internet or through some friend or some known person, and they contact me for their healing. When they contact me, they come to me, I do the healing. They seek for healing. They are asking for healing, and I am giving them the healing. And in healing, we clearly say that unless and until the other person is not asking for the healing, you're not supposed to heal them. Correct? So that person is seeking healing from me. So how does that person get connected to me? I call that a universal network. Because some person who has given my reference to that person has become the nimitta, the means to connect that person with me through some divine unseen connections. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna clearly says, Nimitta matra bhava Arjuna. You know, when Arjuna says that, how can I kill all these people? And Krishna says, you're not killing them. You're just becoming nimitta to kill them. I have already killed them. So these people who give my reference or anybody, any healer's reference to anybody, they are just becoming that nimitta for that divine work, that divine energy which wants to connect that person with me. And then in healing, when we do the healing, we just teach a person to tap into that source from where this whole energy, this whole prana is coming. And we are taking energy from that source, and as a channel, we just become the channel for that divine energy, and that divine force wants to work through us. That divine force, that divine energy wants to heal that person through you. As a healer, you are becoming just channel for that energy. You are not healing. We are not giving our energy at all. We are just taking the energy from the higher self or higher source. That energy is flowing through you, and that energy is healing that person. Therefore, we are just a mediator or a channel for that energy, that divine, energy which wants to work through us. Right? So we are just the channel for that energy. Now that divine energy, you may ask, why? How do you say that that divine energy wants to work through you? For that divine energy to work on this physical plan, it needs some physical means. Right? The third point is here. The third point here is, just go back in the time. We all have heard about Ramayana. And to kill Ravana, Vishnu had to take the birth as Rama. Now question comes, Vishnu could have killed, directly from there to Ravana, no? Why he has to take birth as Rama, small baby, and then grow up, and then he has to kidnap the Sita, and all those things has to happen. He could have directly, बाण वहां से छोड़ सकता था. जहां पर भी विष्णु बैठे हैं, वहां से बाण छोड़ के रावण को मार सकते थे. इतना सब नाटक करने की क्या जरूरत थी? We need to understand here is, Vishnu is that energy. It is not physical manifestation. In my second question, when I'll go through the second question today, I'll explain what that Vishnu is, what that energy is. So that higher energy, when it has to work on the physical plan, it has to take the birth as a physical person. जब हायर एनर्जी या भगवान जिसे हम कहते हैं, उसे फिजिकल प्लान में अगर कुछ भी करना है तो उसको ह्यूमन बर्थ लेना जरूरी है. ह्यूमन फॉर्म में आएगा तभी वो रावण को मार सकता है, नहीं तो वो रावण को डायरेक्टली नहीं मार सकता, क्योंकि डिवाइन एनर्जी कैन नॉट डायरेक्टली वर्क ऑन द फिजिकल प्लान. इट हैज टू हैव सम मींस ऑफ फिजिकल मैनिफेस्टेशन, दैट इज फिजिकल बॉडी. एंड दैट इज व्हाई विष्णु टेक्स द बर्थ अवतार ऑफ रामा एंड ही किल्स रावण. The same way Vishnu could have directly killed the Kamsa. Why he had to take the birth as Krishna? Doesn't this question comes? No. Why all this Akashvani, and after doing Akashvani is, उनके माता पिता को जेल में डाल दिया गया आकाशवाणी की वजह से. चुप भी तो बैठ सकते थे. All that has consequences. All that has, a solid reason for it. Because Vishnu could not directly kill the Kamsa, because that energy cannot directly work on the physical plan, it takes the manifestation of a physical body, that is Krishna. He comes as a Krishna and kills the Kamsa. So for that higher divine energy to work on the physical plan, it needs some physical manifestation, it needs some physical body, it needs some physical channel through which it can work. And that is why that divine energy used this body to heal that person, because that divine energy wants to heal that person through you, not through, not from me, but through me. And that is why, and in healing, I have been always saying that unless and until you do not completely surrender to that Almighty, you cannot become the great healer. To become a great healer, you have to dissolve yourself into that higher energy, or you just have to allow that higher energy to work through you. And when you allow completely that higher energy to work through you, you do not exist that there at all. And when you do not exist, जब आप वहां पर है ही नहीं, तो आप कर्म लेने की या कर्म देने के लिए बाध्य नहीं होते हैं. आप न तो कर्म देते हैं, नहीं आप कर्म लेते हैं, नहीं आप कर्म कुछ कर रहे हैं. You just become the means for that divine energy to work through you and heal that person who is coming for the healing to you. And therefore, I can authoritatively and clearly say that by healing, you're not taking anybody's karma, nor healing is meddling with other person's energy at all. Clear? I think I made this point very clear here that when you're doing the healing, you're just a channel for that energy. So let that energy work too. And those who are going to become healer, those who are going to learn Reiki from me this weekend also, please keep in mind that you're just becoming channel for that energy to work through you. That energy is selecting you. You're not selecting that energy. There are many people who have been telling me that, sir, we want to learn Reiki, but for many years they could not learn Reiki. And there are people I have seen who just, get connected with me and learn all the levels of Reiki and become Reiki teachers and start teaching to others. It's just that energy select you to work through you, and that is why you are selected for that energy. So this is very clear now. By doing healing, you're not, taking anybody's karma. So those who are going to become healers need not worry about anything. Okay. All right. The second question today I'm going to answer. Before that, let me see the chat box if you have put something. Okay, we do not take. We are channelizing their energies. Yes, correct. Agree. Kalinath ji has said, by healing others, the healer do not take bad karma from the other for himself. He enables the healer to come out of his her difficulties, energy imbalance. Correct, sir. Perfectly all right, Kalinath ji. So good to listen this from you, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you, Kamla ji. Thank you so much. All right. Now just give me 1 second. I'll just put on the fan. Actually, it's got off, I think. Just 1 second. इसको भी निकाल देता हूँ, इसकी जरूरत नहीं है. बोलना था. Sorry. The topic was so hot that, the fan also. पंखा पता नहीं क्यों बंद हो गया, तो उसको वापस ऑन करना पड़ा. ठीक है. तो I'll answer. What about Narasimha God? What of Narasimha God? That's a big story. What is that energy? We'll talk about that. That second question is that only. Huh? So we'll talk about that second question today. So the second question is, now I think about healing, I'm very clear that we are not, taking anybody's karma, nor we are meddling with the other person's energy. It's very clear now. The second question we have for today is, I don't know how much is the time. It's 8. Another 10-15 minutes, I'll just answer this question and then we'll do a powerful meditation. Okay. So like this, many questions keep coming to me. The second question is, I think Asha madam had asked in the morning only, what is higher self? What is God? What is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha? What is all these gods and goddesses and all those things? Oh my God. इस सवाल का जवाब मैं बहुत बार दे चुका हूँ. I have answered this question many times at different occasions in different workshops and sessions and seminars. So the question is, what is higher self? What is God? What is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh? And we have so many gods and goddesses. इतने सारे देवी देवता है, ये सब क्या है आखिर? आई थिंक पिछली बार या उसके पिछली बार हमने इसके बारे में थोड़ी बहुत बात की थी. सिंपल से इसको समझने की कोशिश करते हैं, ठीक है? हर बार मैं ये कहता आया हूं, आई हैव बीन टेलिंग दिस एवरी टाइम दैट everything we see outside is some symbolical story, or it is some symbolical means to understand what is happening within us. हमारे अंदर ही सब कुछ है, और हमारे अंदर क्या हो रहा है, हमारे अंदर क्या घट रहा है, उसको समझाने के लिए हमारे ऋषि मुनियों ने, हमारे पूर्वजों ने, हमारे एंसेस्टर्स ने कुछ सिंबॉलिकल कहानियां बना के, कुछ सिंबॉलिकल मेटाफर्स बना के हमें समझाने की कोशिश की. थोड़ा सा समझने की कोशिश करते हैं. जैसा मैंने कहा कि हम विज्ञान भैरव तंत्र के कुछ मेडिटेशंस यहां पर करते हैं, तो वहीं से शुरू करता हूं. विज्ञान भैरव तंत्र, इसमें this is a dialogue between husband and wife, Bhairava and Bhairavi, Shiva and Parvati you call, or Shiva and Shakti, whatever you call. So Parvati ask Shiva, पार्वती शिव से पूछती है कि आपको कैसे जाना जा सकता है, how we can experience you, or how we can attain you, a common person, how a common person can attain. Now these are all very symbolical stories, okay? You just have to understand that these are two energies which are talking. We actually humanize the divinity, ठीक है? Divinity is not humans, they are not human in nature. जो भगवान है वो इंसान नहीं है, लेकिन हम उनको इंसान की तरफ पोर्ट्रेट करते हैं to just make us understand, ठीक है? हमें ठीक तरीके से समझ में आ जाए, इसलिए हमने भगवान को इंसानी रूप दिया है, लेकिन भगवान इंसान नहीं, that is the energy. So Bhairava says that the word Bhairava, if you understand, Bhairava, Rava means sound, Rava means sound, Bhairava means that which is beyond sound. Rava means sound, Bhairava means that which is beyond sound. ठीक है? So Bhairav says that nobody can experience me, nobody can explain me, nobody can understand me, but everybody can attain me. भैरव कहते हैं, शिव कहते हैं कि मुझे कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं कर सकता, मुझे कोई जान नहीं सकता, लेकिन मुझ में समा सकता है या मैं बन सकता है हर व्यक्ति. Everybody can become God, but you cannot experience God. What does it mean? It just means that whatever you experience, it is all sound and below sound. Now, what is sound? We all know, those who have been attending my regular classes, we know that everything in this universe is nothing but energy. Correct? सब कुछ इस दुनिया में जो भी है एनर्जी है, और वो एनर्जी कहां से आती है? सम साउंड वाइब्रेशन से आती है. In the beginning there was only some sound, we call it that pranava sound or omkara, and from that omkara sound, that anahata nada, from that vibration everything started manifesting down, and that is what we call the tandava of Shiva. शिव का तांडव जो है, शिव का तांडव is vibration, and that vibration created all the materialistic world. From that vibration comes the intellect, the mind, the energy, the prana, and then the physical manifestation, everything. And beyond that sound, we are coming from beyond that sound. Yeah, everything is coming from beyond that sound. Now, beyond that sound is not somewhere beyond. Just to make you understand, we have to say, because there is no other way to tell. इसको समझाने का और कोई रास्ता नहीं है. तो साउंड के बियॉन्ड जो है वो एक एनर्जी है, वो एक ऊर्जा है, और वही ऊर्जा सारे अलग अलग रूप में मैनिफेस्ट होती है. हम अपनी बॉडी को थोड़ा समझते हैं. दिस बॉडी इज मेड ऑफ मेनी 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 ट्रिलियन सेल्स, ठीक है? एंड इफ यू टेक अ सिंगल सेल, And if you know about the science of this, body, in this body, every moment the cells are generating, staying for some time and degenerating. एक सेल पैदा होता है, कुछ देर रहता है और मर जाता है. ये इस बॉडी में जब से हम पैदा हुआ है तब से शुरू होके जब तक हम मरते हैं तब तक ये चलता ही रहता है. और विज्ञान कहता है, साइंस कहता है, आज का जो मॉडर्न साइंस है वो कहता है कि विद इन 2 years all the cells of body are completely replaced. That means 2 years back whatever cells were there in my body, those cells are not there today. And whatever cells are there in my body today, they'll not be there after 2 years. That means what? These cells are taking birth, they are staying for some time, and they are dying after some time. Some cells after a few seconds, some cells after a few minutes, some cells after a few hours, to few months, to maximum 1 or 2 years. Right? Now, that energy, अगर आपके शरीर में कोई सेल पैदा हो रहा है तो उसको पैदा करने के लिए कोई ना कोई तो एनर्जी होगी ना. There should be some energy which is generating these cells in your body. That energy which is generating these cells in your body, our ancestors called it Brahma, the energy of creation, the creative energy. That creative energy which is creating every moment cells in your body is Brahma. Now, after creation, that cell has to maintain itself for some time, and that energy, to maintain something, we need some energy. Without energy, we cannot maintain anything. Without prana, nothing can move in this world. To make anything move in this world, we need prana, we need energy, right? So the cell is maintaining itself for some time, and that energy which is helping it to maintain itself, the masters, the Rishi Munis called it Vishnu. Vishnu is sustainer. Then after some time, that cell has to die. उस सेल को मरना ही है. यही उसका the end result है कि उस सेल को मरना है. और उस मरने के लिए, उसको डीजनरेट करने के लिए जो एनर्जी हेल्प करती है उसको हम करते हैं डिस्ट्रक्टर और शिवा. That means, my dear friend, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, the Trinity what we call, is working within you every moment. It is not that Brahma is somewhere in the other loka, Vishnu is somewhere in the other loka, and Shiva is somewhere in the other loka. These are the names given by our masters, our Rishi Munis, symbolically, to make us understand that these energies are working within us only. Every moment, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh is working within your body only. Right? So Brahma is that energy which is creating from this single cell to the whole universe. Vishnu is that energy which is helping this body, these cells, to sustain for some time to the whole creation, which is sustained from many years. And Shiva is that energy which is, helping to degenerate the cells in the body from this to the whole universe. This whole universe, what you see, is going to get degenerated one day, and that energy which helps to get destroyed, degenerated for the whole universe and single cell, that energy is known as Shiva. So that is Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, which is working within your body, and which is working, that energy which is working throughout this universe. Then question comes, but why so many gods and goddesses, and why these are given the human forms? It's very simple to understand. Now we have the background of science, we know a little bit about the science. Now we are all educated, our energies have risen to that level where we can understand all these things. हम ये सारी चीजों को ठीक तरीके से, अब अगर कोई समझाने वाला है तो हम इन चीजों को समझ सकते हैं. लेकिन जब तक हम इन चीजों को नहीं समझेंगे तब तक, या जो लोग इन चीजों को नहीं समझ सकते हैं, those who are not educated, those who are not having that much of understanding capacity to make them understand, all our ancestors, all our Rishi Munis presented all these energies in a symbolical forms, in a metaphorical forms. लेकिन हमने क्या किया, उसको वैसे ही ले लिया. It is just like when you are in LKG and UKG, First, you go to school, they'll not directly teach you A, B, C, D. They'll teach you some rhymes, some dancing, some, singing. Why singing? Because singing is vibration, and vibration directly goes in your subconscious mind fast. And that is why they started teaching, twinkle, twinkle, little star, or something like that. And we can easily catch those words in a rhyme, in a rhythmic way, right? तो बच्चों को हम समझाते हैं, सिखाते हैं ट्विंकल ट्विंकल लिटिल स्टार, देन यू टीच देम A फॉर एप्पल, B फॉर बॉल, C फॉर कैट, right? To teach a child A for apple is all okay. But when that child comes in second standard, third standard, fifth, 10th standard also, still in the 10th standard, if a child is saying A for apple, B for ball, then we will call that child as very dumb or mentally retarded or something. That child is not a normal child, right? In LKG, UKG, to make the child understand, we teach them like A for apple, B for ball, and then you give them written, and then just repeat on that and all those things. Those are all needed in the LKG, UKG, but as you grow, they are not needed. In the same way, all these metaphorical, all these symbolical stories are given to understand initially, but as you grow in your consciousness, you have to drop all these things, and you need to understand the hidden knowledge, the hidden wisdom within these symbolical stories, right? So now, still, if you're just worshipping the idols, there is nothing wrong in that. There is nothing wrong in it, unless and until you are not understanding. It is all good. Do puja, do sadhana, do all these things, whatever you're doing. There is nothing wrong in that. But once you understand that there is no God outside, the God is within you only, if you just meditate on those aspects within you, you can rise your vibrations up and you can become that vibration. You can go beyond that. And that is what Shiva says, that everybody can attain me. Nobody can experience me, explain me, or talk about me, but everybody can attain me, because everybody is made out of that energy only. हम सब उस एनर्जी से ही बने हुए हैं, और उस एनर्जी में वापस हम जा सकते हैं, या उस एनर्जी को हम जान सकते हैं. जाना भी कहीं नहीं है, क्योंकि द मोमेंट यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट यू आर दैट एनर्जी, दैट्स इट. तत्वमसि, thou art thou, right? So this is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Then why so many gods and goddesses and all these things? To understand this, it's very simple. Again, the same energy. Take the example of electricity. The same electricity we use in the laptop is working. In the mobile is working. When the same electricity flows through the bulb, it gives you the light. When same electricity flows through the AC, it cools the energy around me. When the same energy flows through the heater, it heats the energy around me, right? Energy is same, but for that energy to perform, the device used is different, and as per that device programming, that same energy gives out a different kind of output. In the same way, all our Rishi Munis created these gods and goddesses to manifest some particular kind of manifestation outside in the world. And that is why, we all in India, we have created our own personal gods, and we worship all our personal gods. It is just that energy which is working within me to awaken that energy in that particular way. In that particular way, we create that kind of form outside, so that can help us to awaken that energy within us and manifest that energy in that particular way. So जो भी भगवान, चाहे हमने कुछ भी बनाया हो, बाहर जो भी बनाए हैं, वो सब हमने अपनी सहूलियत के लिए बनाए हैं, हमारे अंदर की ही एनर्जी को उस रूप में दर्शाने के लिए, उस रूप में मैनिफेस्ट करने के लिए, सो दैट जो बाहर का दृश्य है वो हमें प्रचोदन कर सके अंदर से, और उस एनर्जी को उस रूप में बाहर ला सके. उसके लिए हमने ये सारे देवी देवता और भगवान बनाए हैं. अगेन, ऑल द गॉड्स, all the goddesses, all the ancestors, all the Pitrus, everything is within us only. There is nothing outside. There is nothing outside. We just keep searching outside for everything. We'll never get anything outside. Everything is within us only. And how the ancestors are within us, I've spoken in this also during the last, Shraddha Masa, how, all our ancestors are present in our genes. Right? The genetics is nothing but that, ancestors puja. And let's not go in all that detail. So to brief it, इसका सारांश यही है इस जवाब का कि सारी चीज हमारे ही अंदर है, ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश हमारे ही अंदर है। वो एनर्जी, वो ऊर्जा जो हमारे बॉडी को क्रिएट करती है, कुछ समय के लिए मेंटेन करती है और बाद में डिस्ट्रॉय कर देती है, इन्हीं ऊर्जा का नाम ब्रह्मा है, विष्णु है और महेश है। और यही ऊर्जा, यही एनर्जी सेम एनर्जी when it creates something we call it Brahma, the same energy when it maintains something we call it Vishnu, when it destroys something we call it Shiva, and the same energy when it manifests in other things, like for example if you want to start something new, आपको नया कुछ शुरू करना है तो आपको किसकी एनर्जी चाहिए? गणेश जी की एनर्जी, प्रथम आराधक गणेश को हम बोलते हैं। अब गणेश बाहर कहीं नहीं, यू नीड टू स्टार्ट समथिंग, यू नीड दैट पावर ऑफ गणेश टू स्टार्ट समथिंग। दैट गणेश's power is within you only, that power which helps you to start something new, that power is Ganesha. When somebody attacks on you, whether it is a physical attack or psychic attack, the power which gets awakened within you to fight that energy, we call that Anjaneya, Hanuman. Hanuman energy is within you only. It has to get awakened when that kind of situation comes outside. That energy it gets awakened within you. आपके अंदर वो एनर्जी जब पैदा हो जाती है बाहर के अटैक को सामना करने के लिए, फिजिकल हो चाहे साइकिक हो, उस एनर्जी को हम कहते हैं हनुमान। And like that all other. Somebody was asking about Narsimha. Now what is that Narsimha? Half man, half animal. Right? Sometimes, now you need to understand this very carefully. Understand Narsimha very carefully. Narsimha is Nara and Simha. Half Simha means what? Very cruel animal. And Nara means human. We are all human beings. But sometimes in life, a person like Hiranyakashipu, what is Hiranyakashipu? Hiranyakashipu is that, inert mind, that person who is not at all understanding the simple प्यार की भाषा जिसको समझ में नहीं आती है, शांति की भाषा जिसको समझ में नहीं आती है, डिवाइन भाषा जिसको समझ में नहीं आती है, ईश्वरीय भाषा जिसको समझ में नहीं आती है, वो व्यक्ति हिरण्यकशिपु का फॉर्म है। To fight with that kind of energy, being human, you have to awaken that power of Simha within you. Being human, when you awaken that power of Simha within you, that power of tiger within you, you become Narsimha to fight that person who is not understanding your polite language. Clear? The one outside person who is not understanding your polite language, who is not understanding your language of love, because that person's mind is not in that level where that person can understand. To make that person understand, to win that person or to fight against that person, you need to become like a tiger, you need to become like a Simha, being a human being. And being a human being, when you awaken that energy of Simha within you to fight that person, you become Narsimha. And when you become Narsimha, it will be easier for you to fight that person and settle down everything outside whatever is happening because of that person. That is the power of Narsimha. Again, that is a symbolical story. That power of Narsimha also we have to awaken within us only when and as it is required. And once that work is done, again that Simha goes back and you have to become Nara. Don't be Narsimha all the time. If you stay Narsimha, हर समय आप अगर नरसिम्हा बन के रहेंगे तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगी, कोई भी आपके पास नहीं आएगा. Right? So don't be Narsimha all the time. But when it is needed, You have to awaken that power of Simha within you. You have to become Narsimha to deal with these kinds of people. The kind of people who are, Hiranyakashipu in nature. Okay? So this is how, all the energies within us, they are working in different ways to deal the different things in their life. ठीक है? आई थिंक इतना काफी है, बहुत एक्सप्लेन कर दिया मैंने, बहुत डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन कर दिया है। आई थिंक सबको ठीक से इजी से समझ में आ गया होगा कि हालांकि देखिए आदत ऐसी खराब पड़ गई है इंग्लिश में बोलने की कि दिस सेशन जो हमने कहा कि हिंदी और इंग्लिश में बोलूंगा, लेकिन ज्यादातर इंग्लिश में ही बोला, उसके लिए मुझे क्षमा करें। वो आदत पड़ गई तो वो फ्लो इंग्लिश में ही आ जाता है। लेकिन अब देखिए व्हाट इज हिरण्य। हिरण्यकशिपु जो प्रहलाद का बाप था ना, हिरण्यकशिपु, में उसकी बात कर रहा था स्वामी जी। Now these are all Puranic stories. These are all symbolical stories. Okay, these are not real stories. These are written by our masters. तो वो सब symbolical stories है। ठीक है। ओके, अब हम क्या करते हैं, अभी समय आई थिंक इट्स टाइम 8:20, तो 10 से 15 मिनट का हम छोटा सा ध्यान करते हैं। उससे पहले एक छोटा सा इजी सिंपल एंड वेरी, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू मैडम, थैंक यू प्रणीता जी, थैंक यू सो मच। चलिए अब एक छोटा सा जो अनाउंसमेंट है, जिसे हम कमर्शियल ब्रेक कहते हैं। दिस वीकेंड वी हैव द वर्कशॉप ऑफ रेकी। Those who have not yet registered and want to attend this Reiki workshop, level 1 and 2, 3 days की workshop है। मीडियम ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शंस इंग्लिश में रहेगा, सिंपल इंग्लिश जो मैं अभी बोल रहा हूँ इसी इंग्लिश में रहेगा, आराम से सब लोग समझ पाएंगे। दिस इज अ 3 days workshop. The time for Sunday I had changed to 11 to 1, but it is again I have changed to 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. So this will be the final timings. Friday evening 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. is online. Saturday evening 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Sunday early morning 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. So this is the time final. Okay, and fees for this is 2,100. Those who want to register for this, please do register by today or tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last date for registration. From Friday we are starting this Reiki level 1 and 2, that is basic level workshop, where you learn all these things. We'll understand the science of healing. What is the science of healing? How to heal ourselves, how to heal others, healing all aspects of life. Everything in your life you can heal. There is nothing in this world which you cannot heal. Everything you can heal, because healing comes from within you only. Everything is within you, and healing also has to come from within, right? And healing animates and inanimate things. So living things also you can heal, non-living things also you can heal. You can heal your house, your office, your motor vehicles, and everything you can heal. Science of chakras, we learn where these chakras are located, how to heal these chakras. Then chakra healing, healing children's, healing students, and a very unique and powerful technique which I have developed by the combination of 2 healing modalities, that is Reiki and Shambhavi healing, that is Surya Reiki. Surya Reiki is a combination of Shambhavi and Reiki, a wonderful and very powerful healing modality or healing meditation. I'm going to teach in this 3 days workshop, and many other healing things we'll learn. So all these you're going to learn in these 3 days. To make the payment, you can take the screenshot of this, Google Pay, Paytm, Phone Pay to this number, or bank transfer. Those who are joining for the first time, you can take the screenshot of this. All my details are there, my mobile number, email ID. Then I have a YouTube channel, Vimal Jain the Alchemist. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel if you are not yet subscribed. Like our Facebook page, Vimal Jain the Alchemist, and Instagram page, Vimal Jain the Alchemist. Follow us on Instagram. All right. तो ये छोटा सा कमर्शियल ब्रेक था जो जरूरी होता है। ग्रेट, तो अभी एक छोटा सा ध्यान कर लेते हैं 10 मिनट का, और फिर हम डिस्कस करेंगे, ठीक है? और जो लोग रेकी अटेंड करना चाहते हैं, अगर आपने कहीं और से रेकी सीखी भी है तो भी आप मेरी रेकी क्लास अटेंड कर सकते हैं। It will be good to learn from 2-3 people, because I myself have learned Reiki from three different masters, and I give the blend of three masters, because I do not follow only one path, or I just mix up. I just learn from same technique from different persons, different people, and mix all these techniques, because everybody has a different way of teaching, different techniques. So those who have already learned Reiki, they also, if want to attend, they can attend this, and I'm sure you are not going to repent for that. ठीक है, आपको प्रायश्चित नहीं होगा मेरी क्लास अटेंड करके, इतना गारंटी है। ठीक है, हाँ, नो प्रॉब्लम स्वामी जी। दोज हु वांट टू जॉइन, इट इज नॉट कंपलसरी दैट यू हैव टू जॉइन, दोज हु वांट टू जॉइन दे कैन जॉइन। किसी को ज्वाइन नहीं करना है तो कोई जबरदस्ती किसी के साथ नहीं है, आराम से। ठीक है, चलिए अब एक छोटा सा एक 10 मिनट का मेडिटेशन करते हैं। एज यू ऑल नो द मेडिटेशन टेक्निक्स, फर्स्ट टाइम वी डिड first one technique from Vijnana Bhairav Tantra, that is finding or becoming witness of that break, that point between the outcoming breath and incoming breath. And last time we visualized the whole length of the breath. Today what we'll do is we'll continue this, and we'll practice the Antar Kumbhaka and Bahya Kumbhaka. Antar Kumbhaka in Vijnana Bhairav Tantra, it is known as Shiva, Shakti, and Bahya Kumbhaka is known as Shiva. So Bahya Kumbhaka is when you breathe out, that is Shiva, you are dead, and when you breathe in and that gap inside is Shakti. So आज हम क्या करेंगे, I'm sorry, थोड़ा body mind को relax करके, you again have to bring your awareness on the breathing and just follow my instructions. So you have to breathe in, hold the breath for few seconds, 1, 2, 3 seconds, as much as possible by you. If you have any health issues also, nothing to worry, you can do that. Just hold the breath for 1 second and be aware of that breath. Okay, you have to be aware of that gap, and then breathe out completely. Be aware of the breathing out and hold the breath outside, that is Shiva, and become aware of that gap again, and then again breathe in. Be aware of the whole length of the breath and hold the breath within and become aware of that Shakti part, that gap inside, and then breathe out. Okay, you just have to follow my instruction. कोई ज्यादा confusion नहीं रहेगा, जैसे जैसे मैं गाइड करता जाऊंगा आपको करते जाना। ठीक है, तो शुरू करते हैं। अभी आराम से बैठ जाते हैं। Keep your back and neck erect. Close your eyes. You can adopt chin mudra with your both the hands, both the palms I mean. आराम से बैठ जाइए, आंखें बंद कर लीजिए और मन की आंखों से एक बार पूरी बॉडी को देख लीजिए। See that your body is very very comfortable, your back is straight, neck is straight. Let your body just relax. Take your deep breathings. Breathe in deeply and breathe out completely. Take one more deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just feel that you're diving into deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper relaxed state. एक और गहरी सांस लीजिए और धीरे धीरे सांस को बाहर छोड़ते हुए पूरे शरीर को गहरी शांति में डूब जाने दीजिए। जस्ट अलाउ योर बॉडी टू dive into deep relaxed state. Now just observe your body from top of your head up to your toes. आपके पूरे शरीर को सिर से लेके पांव की उंगलियों तक धीरे धीरे देखते जाइए और अपने पूरे शरीर को गहरी विश्रांति में डूबता हुआ महसूस कीजिए। From your head to your forehead, breathe. And just say that your eyes are relaxing, एक गहरी विश्रांति आपकी आंखों में आपको महसूस हो रही है। और धीरे धीरे इस विश्रांति को अपने नाक, होठ, गाल, कान, सिर के पीछे के हिस्से में पूरी तरह से महसूस करते हुए allow this beautiful relaxation to flow to your neck muscles, voice box, vocal cords, and slowly allow this beautiful relaxation to flow to your arms, both arms up to your fingers. आपके दोनों हाथ पूरी तरह से गहरी विश्रांति में डूबते हुए महसूस कीजिए। And now slowly let this beautiful relaxation flow to your chest, abdomen, and your complete back, upper back, middle back, and lower back, the complete spine. And allow this beautiful relaxation to flow to your waist region, आपकी कमर, hips, genitals, thigh muscles, kneecaps, knee joints. अपने घुटनों तक इस दिव्य शांति को बहने दीजिए। धीरे धीरे ये दिव्य विश्रांति आपके पिंडलियों में, calf muscles, ankle joints, your feet and all the toes. Just feel this beautiful relaxation, your both the legs up to your toes. आपके दोनों पांव की उंगलियों तक पूरी तरह से गहरी विश्रांति में डूबते हुए महसूस कीजिए। पूरा शरीर गहरी विश्रांति में डूबता हुआ, पूरे शरीर को गहरी विश्रांति में डूबने देते हुए अब अपने ध्यान को फिर एक बार अपनी सांसों के सामने लेकर आइए। जस्ट ब्रिंग योर अवेयरनेस इन फ्रंट ऑफ योर नॉस्ट्रिल्स and start observing your breathing. Just observe your breathing. Do not manipulate your breath at all. Allow your breathing to be very natural. अपनी सांसों को बिल्कुल नेचुरल रहने दीजिए और सिर्फ अपनी सांसों को देखिए। कुछ देर के लिए अपने ध्यान को अपनी सांसों पर टिकाइए। Just fix your awareness in front of your nostrils and just observe your incoming and outgoing breath. And now, as you're observing your breath, as you're breathing out, just go out with your breath and just observe till where the breath is going out. सांस कहां तक बाहर जा रही है उस पॉइंट को देखिए, महसूस कीजिए। And then when you breathe in, start from that point and the breath is going in your nostrils and inside your lungs, and just see inside your body till where it is going. शरीर के अंदर सांस कहां तक जा रही है, कहां तक आप उसको महसूस कर पा रहे हैं, फील कर पा रहे हैं। कुछ देर के लिए बस यही करते रहिए। पूरी सांस को बाहर छोड़ रहे हैं और पूरी सांस को अंदर ले रहे हैं, और यू आर जस्ट बिकमिंग अवेयर ऑफ द होल लेंथ ऑफ द ब्रेथ। पूरी सांस की लेंथ जितनी भी है बाहर से लेके अंदर तक, जस्ट बी अवेयर ऑफ दैट। Just be aware of that. As you're breathing in and breathing out, you're just aware of the full length of your breath. And now, just breathe in and hold the breath for few seconds, 1 or 2 seconds or 3 seconds, and become aware of the gap inside. that is Shakti, that is energy, that is power. And as you start breathing out again, be aware of that breathing out from the point from where you have started, and it's going out. And as long as it goes out, just be one with that breath. उस पूरी बाहर जाती हुई सांस के साथ कहां तक वो बाहर जा रही है वहां तक उसके साथ रहिए. And once you breathe out, hold the breath outside. That is your death, that is Shiva, Shava. Just be aware of that gap of outside, holding the breath, Bahya Kumbhaka. And again start breathing in. After 1 or 2 seconds of break, just breathe in and be aware of your breath completely till inside. Again hold inside. इसको कंटिन्यू करना है, सांस को बाहर छोड़ना है, बाहर होल्ड करना है. बी अवेयर ऑफ दैट एक्सटर्नल कुंभका. Then start breathing in, be one with the breath. The breath is going in till what place inside the body it is going. Just be aware of that. Hold the breath within there. Be aware of that part, and then again breathe out from that same point and be aware of the whole length of the breath. Just continue this. इसको कंटिन्यू करते जाइए, आराम से करते जाइए, खुशी से करते जाइए, आनंद से करते जाइए. जस्ट बी प्लेफुल विद दिस. यू हैव टू डू दिस प्लेफुली. खुशी और आनंद के साथ खेलते हुए, जैसे एक छोटा बच्चा खेलते हुआ किसी चीज को कर रहा है. बी प्लेफुल विद दिस. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू बी प्लेफुल विद व्हाटएवर यू आर डूइंग. जस्ट प्लेफुली सांस को बाहर छोड़ रहे हैं, पूरी बाहर आती हुई सांस को देख रहे हैं, बाहर होल्ड किया उसको देख रहे हैं, वापस लेना शुरू किया उसको देखते हुए अंदर जा रहे हैं, अंदर वापस होल्ड किया उस ब्रेक को देख रहे हैं, फिर वापस सांस बाहर छोड़ रहे हैं उसको देख रहे हैं. जस्ट बी अवेयर ऑफ दीज 3 पॉइंट्स, अंतर कुंभका, बाह्य कुंभका एंड द फुल लेंथ ऑफ द ब्रेथ. जस्ट कैच होल्ड ऑफ दीज 3 पॉइंट्स. पूरी सांस के साथ आप साथ में हैं, बाहर रोक लिया. यू आर वॉचिंग दैट, यू आर बिकमिंग अवेयर ऑफ दैट ब्रेक एंड यू आर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम दैट पॉइंट ओनली ब्रीदिंग इन. अंदर चली गई सांस, पूरी अंदर लेने के बाद वहां पर होल्ड किया, उस होल्डिंग पॉइंट को, उस गैप को आपने देखा, वहीं से वापस बाहर सांस को छोड़ना शुरू किया. एंड यू आर कंप्लीटली वन, यू आर कंप्लीटली अवेयर ऑफ दैट ब्रेथ कमिंग इन एंड गोइंग आउट. And also you're aware of that gap outside and gap inside. सिर्फ इन 3 पॉइंट के साथ रहिए. जस्ट बी अवेयर ऑफ these 3 points. Outside holding, full length of breath. Inside holding, full length of breath. Outside hold. Just be aware of these 3 points. इसको कुछ देर कंटिन्यू कीजिए. Just do this playfully, happily. Have a smile on your face and do this. खुशी और आनंद से करते जाइए, प्लेफुली करते जाइए. जितना आप प्लेफुली करेंगे उतना ही आप अपने स्वयं के साथ जुड़ पाएंगे. The more you do this playfully, the more you will get connected with yourself. स्पिरिचुअल यात्रा जो है वो यात्रा स्वयं से स्वयं तक की ही है. You just have to become aware of that moment where you're completely aware of everything. You just become that awareness. The moment you catch that moment, you have just got it. And that can happen anytime. Just don't expect it. Do not expect anything. Just be aware of these 3 points. Breathing in, holding the breath inside, becoming aware of that gap. Breathing out, completely be aware of the whole breath, holding the breath outside, be aware of the gap outside, and breathing in. You breathe out, the outside gap is Shiva. You breathe in, the inside gap is Shakti, and this Shakti and Shiva is combined, is united by this breath. Just continue this for few more breathings. Just do this playfully, happily, joyfully. खुशी से, आनंद से करते जाएं। You can practice this whole practice anytime if it suits you. If this does not suit you, you have many other techniques which you'll be learning in the next upcoming seminars. So this is very simple technique. You can practice this anytime. Now it's time to end this meditation. Those who want to continue, they can just continue this meditation. Those who want to end, they can end. Just thank your favorite God. Thank your gurus. Thank your masters. Thank yourself. Thank all the seen and unseen energies of this world. And slowly become aware of your body. Become aware of your surrounding, where you're sitting right now. Become aware of the place where you're sitting. Move your fingers and toes a little bit. Move your head to your left and right, right and left. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, come back to complete body consciousness. Slowly bring your hands to Namaskara Mudra. Let us end the session with an Om Kranti Shanti. Inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gently rub your palms. Keep your palms on your eyes. Give a facial massage. Massage. Massage your shoulders and arms. Touch your whole body with love. Feeling fresh, happy, healthy, active, energetic. Slowly open your eyes, looking at your palms. All right. Those who are continuing meditation, they can just continue. And whenever you feel comfortable, you can just simply feel your body and come out. So those who have come out, they can share their experience if anybody wants to say anything. If you want to talk anything, you can unmute yourself and speak. And those who want to join for Reiki workshop, please do register as soon as possible. Tomorrow will be the last day. And from Friday evening, we are starting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Everything
you,
became clear about gods.
Great. Yeah. All your answers you got right.
Yes, sir. Because before I used to do lots of pujas and all, and I don't know why all of a sudden, like, I don't feel like doing pujas. I don't go to temples. I feel whatever is there, it is within me. But somewhere this doubt was there. What is this? And why this is happening?
Okay. So is it all clear now?
Yes, sir.
Great.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And actually, I've done my Karuna Reiki and this Usui Reiki and all I've completed, sir. But somehow I felt I should learn again from you. That's why I'm joining once again.
Okay,
Thank you so much,
great.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you, Team Golden Dragon. Thank you, Anisha. Maithili ji, thank you. Kamla ji, thank you. Padmaja ji,
thank you, sir. Namaste, sir.
Namaste. Thank you. Very soothing feeling. Thank you, Pranita. Thank you so much. All right. So let's end the session. Thank you so much and have a great week ahead and weekend. And next week, Wednesday, we are meeting again. And those who are joining for the Reiki workshop will meet in the Reiki workshop. Those who are not joining will meet again next Wednesday. And next Wednesday, again, it will be in Kannada and English. And also, if you have any questions, you can send the questions in the WhatsApp to me. And those which are relevant questions, those questions I'll take in the Ask the Alchemist sessions. Okay. So thank you so much. Have a great night. Shubh Ratri. Thank you.